1-1. Yes, and welcome back to the Ash Williams Show. My name is Ash Williams, and I am fired up. How the fuck are you? Give it to me, baby. Yeah. On the electric guitar today, it's Kostya Zoo, playing all the way from Moscow on Skype. It's a wonderful connection, coming through loud and clear, Kostya. Loving the ponytail, dog. And on the keyboard, Lillian Frank. Yeah, incredibly tough reference, but anyone in Melbourne should get it. She's a famous hairdresser, and she's about 90. And maybe we'll try and get Lillian on the show and she can cut Kostya's ponytail off live on the air. We'll also simulcast that on Instagram. Big shout out, by the way, to Lillian Frank. Yeah. I'm going to say that's the very first shout out she's ever gotten on any podcast. She once wrote an article about me in Melbourne in the Herald Sun saying that my performance in Scumbus was one of her favourites. And if you've seen that movie, all I do is walk around trying to give blowjobs in the street. So either she's lying or she's pretty kinky. But shout out to you, Lillian. And how's this? I actually saw her in the street about a month after that article came out. Remember, it was one of her favourite performances, and I'm one of her favourite actors. And I went up to her in the street. She was at an ANZ ATM, and she was getting her money out. And just as the money came out, I came up. But she was at the ATM, and I go, Lillian, and she goes, hello, and I go, it's me, and she's like, sorry, who are you? And I go, Ash Williams, your favourite actor. And she's like, sorry? I go, you wrote an article about me a month ago. And she's like, still nothing. But anyway, we'll get her on the show. We'll also try and get Kostya Zoo on the show. What a wonderful ponytail he has. Name me a better ponytail in the game, and I'll send you a Gooch shirt. That's a free Gooch shirt. We've sent out 2 this week to Patreons. I said last week, if you join Patreon by Monday, I'll send you a Gooch shirt. We're going to extend that for 2 more days. So you've got until Monday to join Patreon, and I'll send you another Gooch shirt. And I'll also send you a replica Kostya Zoo ponytail. Now, before we start the podcast, I need to let you know that this podcast is a chakra cleansing podcast. We're going to clean all 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 of them. However many chakras there are in your body, we're going to rinse them clean. Yeah, just like a powerful hose at a car wash. We're going to turn it on full and you'll be feeling pretty clean. That's our catchphrase. And that's a new business we're doing. We're cleaning chakras with industrial strength hoses. Now, let's get into the podcast. We've got quite a bit to get to. Straight off the top rope, I've got a text on the hotline, 0406 284 954. I have not read this, so let's see what it says. It's from Daniel. Daniel says, here's a TV pitch for you. Who wants to be a millionaire, but all the contestants are billionaires, so the threat is more realistic? Yeah. It's so close to being good that I would like all the contestants to be billionaires so that they don't give a fuck. And they just give Eddie shit the whole time. And they just talk about how rich they are. And even on the $1 million question, they deliberately fuck it up for a joke. Because Eddie is it's so obvious, which, like, anything under like 32,000, if you listen to the intonation in Eddie's voice, it's just like he's given it to you. He'll go like, A, Broncos, B, Rabbitohs, C, Storm, D, Jizzers. Like, just listen to Eddie's voice. He wants the ratings. He wants to give away the million. It's not his million. Anyway, thank you very much for the text, Daniel. And Daniel is also the the desperate and dateless Daniel, who we're trying to find a date. It's getting harder and harder in Victoria to find Daniel a date. So if you do want to date him, please. Okay, I'm going to set up the date. I'll organise some beers and some wine. He's a cool dude. We're going to put that up. I know I said this ages ago. We're going to put Daniel's photo up on Instagram. We're also going to go off private on Instagram. So any pervert can check out our stuff, including you, Paul, if you're still listening. It has this. I was at the Italian restaurant in Sydney during the week, and I go there with my mate Rick, who is 60, and I play tennis with Rick, and we go there after tennis. And what I've realised is Rick is going deaf. So when you talk to him, he can't hear you. And he's got the radio on about 1 billion, and I said to him, hey, bro, you need a hearing aid. But he doesn't listen. So we're at fucking the Italian joint. He's spitting stuff at me. Do you know what I mean? People who get to that age where they can't eat and speak without spitting it all over you. So I'm getting like bits of ravioli spat at me. And I'm happy to accept it too because Rick was paying. And we're in the Italian joint. And I ordered something ridiculous, but I didn't realize it was ridiculous until I ordered it. This guy comes over. It's very Italian there. And he goes, oh, well, can I get it you? And I said, mate, just a spaghetti bolognese fettuccine. And he looked at me like I just asked to have relations with his wife. You know, what you say to me? I said, calm down. I'm pointing at the spaghetti bolognese on the menu. I go, spaghetti bolognese, like he can't understand. Spaghetti bolognese, fettuccine. And he goes, fettuccine bolognese. And I go, yo, what? No. And then I was like, oh, hang on, yes. No, fair play. Sorry. Bring out your best fettuccine bolognese. Anyway, I digress. So when we eat there, we eat with the owners because Rick knows the owners. And they're all 80 years old. There's like 4 or 5 of them. It's like the Sopranos and the Golden Girls did a collab. So they're all in there. It's fucking proper Sopranos. And one of the 80-year-old owners is worried about this guy who's trying to steal his wife. And I go, how old's your wife? He goes, my wife is 60. I am 80. I go, who's trying to steal your wife? Like some younger guy? He goes, no, Len. And I go, Len? I go, how old's Len? He goes, Len is 92. I go, what? What the fuck's going on with Len? And then like, then Rick goes, no, Len's dangerous. Len is like, he gets around like a 70-year-old. And apparently this 92-year-old is just going around stealing wives. So I've got to meet this Len, get him on the podcast. And so we're at the Italian joint still. I'll get to the point soon. And one of the good-looking 80-year-olds who looks like a cross between Al Pacino and Andy Garcia. And I'm talking in their prime. I'll put a photo up on Patreon because I've got to protect his identity. And he's so good-looking. I go, you're so good-looking. And he goes, I know. I got 5 girlfriends. And I go, what? 5 girlfriends? Wow. And he goes, I'm not joking. And I go, no, I know. I believe you. And then he goes to me, you want some cheese? And hands me cheese, right? It's just this massive bit of camembert, right? Which is fair enough to have, but we're in Corona. I'm not accepting fucking camembert from Al Pacino. And his hand was on it, right? His hand was on the cheese. And so I said, no thank you to the Corona camembert. And he goes to me, what? You're not going to accept a gift? And a really scary tone. And I go, no, I want the cheese. I want the cheese. Thank you. Please give me the cheese. He goes, yeah. If I give you a gift, you have to accept it the Italian way. And I go, no, I get it. And where am I going with this? And then he goes to me, do you like wine? And I go, yeah, I do like wine, but I don't want any. And he goes, well, I wasn't going to give you any. And I go, yeah, well, I just didn't want you to offer it to me because then I'd have to drink it. He goes, aha, yes, very good. He's also Count Dracula. By the way, we should do a Count Dracula. We haven't done one for a while. It started with a cheese. Never thought it would come to this. It started with the cheese. Never thought it would come to this. By the way, if you're a new listener to the show, you probably think I've gone mad, which I have. But that is a Count Dracula song that we used to sing. It's actually from that song. Who fucking sang it again? It started Hot Chocolate. That's right. Isn't Hot Chocolate apropos? Because Al Pacino was drinking wine and a hot chocolate. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Love that. Love it when it comes full circle. Let's keep moving with the pod. Trying to sell my car, right? Now, it's a good car. It's a BMW X5. Looks fantastic. Doesn't run so well. It's got some electrical issues, right? So I just want to get rid of it, I think. So I got online and said, buy BMWs for cash, all right? And there's basically a website, and that's literally their domain, buy BMWs for cash. And within 5 minutes, I get a phone call, which is always concerning, from this guy. He goes, hello, you want me to buy your BMW? And I go, yes, I do. And he goes, what's wrong with it? I said, electrical, but it still goes. And he goes, I give you $900. I go, what? He goes, 900, but we'll come and collect it. I said, listen, bro, it's worth more than that. He goes, well, how much did you want? I said, well, about $3,000. And he goes, okay, I'll come up to 1,000. I go, wait, you said 900. I said 3,000. You went to 1,000? And then, then he started laughing. He goes, ha, 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 ha. Yes. Look, listen. And I said, no, you listen. The stereo in that car is worth more than 900. Okay, I got it from JB Hi-Fi in Nunawading. I paid like $1,500. It sounds like a dream. He goes, okay, my best offer is 1,300. So I'm like, listen, man, I'll get back to you, but I'm thinking about selling the X5 for 1,300. What do you reckon? If anyone who listens to this pod knows anything about cars, please give me a call or email me, ashwithhimshow@gmail.com. Would love your counsel. Boom. Or if you live in Sydney, do you want the fucking car? $1,500 and it's yours. It goes like a dream. Black Market every Tuesday on Patreon. We do the Black Market episodes where I talk about things and celebrities and scoopy stories that I can't talk about on the public podcast, and it needs to be behind a firewall. So let's get a tease of this week's Black Market, and it's the still shot of Merlin with the duct tape over his mouth. It's in her lounge room, and it's not a small print. It covers the whole fucking wall. I was looking at it the whole time I was doing the pod, and then I went to ask her about Merlin, and she didn't want to talk about it. I'm like, if you don't want to talk about it, why have you got Merlin on your wall? There it is. If you want those episodes, patreon.com/Ash Williams Show. Dun, dun, dun. I was speaking to a woman yesterday, and she goes, hey, I've met you before. And I go, have you? And she goes, yeah. I used to be a producer on Adam Hill's Tonight, and you came on and did a sketch for us where you were pretending to have a massive cock. And I said, oh, I know the one from 12 years ago. And she's like, she goes, yeah. And I go, the leaf blower sketch. She goes, yeah. And I've got to I'm putting this on Patreon because it can't go anywhere else. It's pretty full on. It's how not to do prop sketches with Ash Williams. But I'll put that on Patreon because that's me giving you a cuddle. I can't put it on the public. It's too fucking, it bombs too hard. Let's do a simultaneous sip. 3, 2, 1. Fuck yeah. I I did a virtual comedy gig on Monday for a marketing business, and it went really well. Everyone in Melbourne is feeling a bit depressed, I suppose. So the way to lift their spirits was for me to come on and just roast everyone in the agency. And yeah, I think anyone, actually, you know what, everyone was loving it. Even though I couldn't see them, they were making some noise. But if you want one of those bespoke comedy gigs done for your business, let me know. They're good fun to do. How's this? I sent my mum. So my beautiful girlfriend said, listen, your mum's in Victoria. You should send her a package, you know, just to let her know you're thinking of her. I said, that's beautiful. I'm going to do that. So she loves Frida, the artist. So I got a card and I got a little brooch of Frida. Because honestly, if you walked into my mum's house, you would think that Frida was my sister. There's more pictures of Frida in the kitchen than me or my brother. And so I send the card down to mum and I don't hear anything for like a week and a half. So I call her and go, Mum, have you received any mail? And she goes, yes. As a matter of fact, I have. I received a letter from Ash Williams 2 days ago. I go, yeah, that's me. And she goes, no, this wasn't you, because the sender address on the back was from a PO box in Hawthorne in Victoria, and you live in Bondi. And I go, yeah, but I still got the PO box in Hawthorne. I just put that there. She goes, oh, okay, I'll open it then. And I go, yeah, open it. Jesus Christ. And she goes, well, I'm just letting the letters air out for Corona. I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, any letter I receive, I air out in the lounge room on the carpet for 48 hours just so that there's no Corona. So she, like these letters are laced with anthrax. Nonetheless, a letter from Ash Williams, who's fucking good chance it's your son. And so she goes in there and gets the letter and says, oh, that's lovely. That's a brooch of Frida. And I go, yeah, I know. She goes, do you know who she is? I go, I bought you the gift. This is not some coincidental Corona gift where I give you a brooch and it just happens to be your favorite person ever. But I found that very funny. I've got to call someone from Patreon right now and give them some scoop. Let's see if they answer. This is Drew, who's been saying, call me. I want to know the petrol. I want to know Splendor. So let's see if he answers. Could be a girl. Nancy Drew. Remember that cartoon? Or was it a book?
Hello.
Drew.
Is that Ash Williams?
It is, mate.
Fuck, what's going on?
How are you, mate?
Yeah, good.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm standing in the backyard. I just thought of a really good story to tell you, actually.
Go on.
Do you remember we did a live show in Melbourne, probably at the Catfish, and 2 people didn't show up for the premium tickets, the seats in the front?
Oh, yeah, yep.
Yeah, that was me and the missus.
Bullshit.
Spewing. And I think you actually shouted it out about someone no-showed or something like that. I was listening to the show.
Oh,
anyway.
Mate, there were tons of no-shows. Like it was mainly no-shows, which was good because people had prepaid. But business is business, Drew. And look, speaking of, I've got to give you all the I can't say who. So which ones do you want?
Whoa. Well, who's the? There was an AFL player talking about who was acting up on their missus or something. Yeah.
Who fooled around with his teammate's ex-girlfriend, but they'd just broken up. Premiership player. That's
who was the girlfriend?
Mate, you might know her. Are you from Melbourne? Yeah, you are. Oh, you might know her, mate.
No, I can guarantee I don't.
Her name is.
Oh,
get fucked.
No.
You scared me there. I was going to shut down the pod and move to Mexico.
Yeah, fuck. there's a lawsuit coming. Who bought the dingers? Everyone comes to know, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I can just tell you straight off the top rope.
Yeah, he's a weird cunt.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Flat out. I was watching some of those things on Patreon. I had no idea. I remember listening to Team Effort and some of the stuff Tony had put on there, and actually watching some of it. It's like, Jesus, this guy's fucking creepy.
Oh yeah, mate, he's next level. And what else? Anything else?
Oh well, what are some of the other? I can't even think.
Okay, I've got Splendor in the Grass. The two.
Oh yeah.
It was. Oh mate, he's a dangerous dude. You know, he's come on to my mates in hotel rooms. You know. Yeah, mate. He's tried to suck off my mate. Straight up. But my mate was married. Or is married. And he said, I'm here to suck your dick. But, mate, I've got to keep moving. But thank you again for your Patreon support. And, mate, we'll if you have any more stories, just give me a call and I'll call you back.
All right, mate. Thanks for the call.
Good on you, Drew. Cheers, mate. Ciao.
Bye.
Now, finally, live reads are back on the Ash Williams Show. So if you want your business or whatever pumped up, we're going to start them again next week. We've already got our first business, and I can't wait. These guys are going to be around for a long time because they've been on board with the Ash Williams Show for so long. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put on their product. You just slide it on over your member, and it's just like a it's tight. Oh, it's just like a condom for your wrist. It's a sweatband, and they're my favourite sweatbands. Geez, they feel good. Woo-wee. Aprira, A-P-R-I-R-A. Spell it how you spell it. And, geez, they're honestly fantastic. And I'm going to wear them when I'm working, when I'm working out, when I'm wanking. And we'll do them a full live read next week. Aprira, A-P-R-I-R-A. The sweatbands that keep you looking cool. In all seriousness, though, I actually do need a sweatband just for walking around because it's getting a bit humid in Sydney at the moment. So, and I'm drinking a lot of coffee and my forearms are getting sweaty. So maybe this is a sweatband designed for people who sweat when they drink coffee. So that is the podcast, folks. Beautiful timing too. We've got the landlords just rocked up. Of course, patreon.com/Ash Williams Show for anything extra. You got Black Market, Ash and Ed episodes, pictures of Al Pacino from the Italian restaurant. You got to check out this guy. Most handsome guy, I'm going to say, I've ever seen, over 70 years old. All right? Beautiful man. I could go on forever. That is the podcast. Shout out to you, Kostya Zoo. Shout out to Lillian Frank. I might actually get the Lillian Frank news article and put it on our Instagram. And remember as well, the leaf blowing sketch from Adam Hills tonight will be on Patreon. Thank you again for listening. This is the Ash Williams Show. Take care. Stay safe.